Okay, so you want to build a personal brand. In a world that is just completely overflowing with content, how do you actually stand out? How do you stop being just another voice in the noise and start building a brand that people actually, remember? Today, we're going to break down exactly how to position your personal brand so it stands out from the crowd.
So let's just start with the biggest, most important question of all. With literally thousands of people posting, tweeting, and filming content every single day, why should someone stop their scroll for you? It's a really tough question, I know, but your entire brand is literally built on the answer to it.
Because that's the real game here, isn't it? I mean, anyone can get a view, but earning a follower, a subscriber, someone who actively looks for your stuff, that means you have to be memorable. You need to stick in their mind long after they've closed out of the app.
All right, so let's get into why so many aspiring creators really struggle to make that kind of lasting impact. Why do they just get lost in all that noise? Well, it usually comes down to a few really common and totally fixable mistakes.
The biggest mistake by far is actually trying to blend in. So many creators, they talk about the exact same popular topics, they give the same generic advice, and they never ever explain what makes them different. They're just trying to copy what's already working for someone else, but honestly, that is a guaranteed way to get lost in the crowd.
So, how do you find your own path? Well, this is where a really powerful idea comes in: brand positioning. Now, don't let that marketing term scare you off. Just think of it like your brand's compass. It's the tool that gives you a clear and consistent direction, so you never get lost.
At its core, brand positioning is actually super simple. It's just about deciding on purpose how you want people to see you within your specific niche. It's about you telling the story about yourself before anyone else gets a chance to.
And this brings us right back to that big question we started with. Brand positioning is your definitive answer to why you. It's the reason someone is going to choose your channel or your newsletter over the dozens or even hundreds of other options they have. So where do we start with this? Well, the foundation of any great positioning is differentiation. And all that means is figuring out and clearly communicating what makes you different from everybody else. It's about finding your unique angle.
And look, being different doesn't mean you have to reinvent the wheel. Your unique angle could be as simple as being the person who makes really complex ideas super easy to understand. Or maybe you're the one who focuses only on beginners, giving them a safe place to learn. Maybe instead of talking about theory, you only share practical step-by-step strategies. Heck, even your unique background can be the very thing that sets you apart.
This right here is the key. So many people think they need some wild, out-there idea to stand out, but that's just not true. Your difference doesn't have to be extreme. It just needs to be crystal clear and consistent. That clarity is what cuts through all the noise.
Okay, so once you know what makes you different, the next piece of the puzzle is deciding how you're going to show up. And generally, personal brands grow in one of two ways, either through their deep expertise or through their relatable personality. An expertise-led brand, well, they build authority through what they know. Think of a professor or a technical expert. The value is all in the information. On the other hand, a personality-led brand builds a connection through who they are. People follow them because they just feel a bond with that person. So here the value comes from how the information is shared. The humor, the stories, that unique perspective.
But here's the secret. The most powerful, most memorable personal brands, they don't choose one or the other. They're a hybrid. They merge deep, valuable expertise with their authentic personality. They teach you something incredibly useful, but they do it in a way that only they can, which makes you feel connected to them as a person.
So how do you wrap all of this up into something clear and practical? Well, you create a simple positioning statement. This is basically a one-sentence explanation that perfectly nails down what you do and who you do it for. And the formula could not be simpler, but it is so powerful. I help, that immediately frames your value. Specific people, that defines your audience, making it obvious who you're for. And specific result, that promises a clear outcome. This is the heart of your brand. Let's look at a quick example. I help young entrepreneurs build profitable online brands. This is perfect. See, it's not for all entrepreneurs, it's for young entrepreneurs. The goal isn't just to build a brand, it's to build a profitable one. See how specific and compelling that is? It instantly attracts the right people and tells the wrong people this isn't for them. This one sentence basically becomes your North Star. You can put it in your social media bio, you can say it at the start of your videos, put it on your website. In a single glance, anyone can understand exactly who you help and what you promise to deliver. It is the ultimate elevator pitch.
And that brings it all back to you. Using this framework, what is your positioning statement?
Take a minute and really think about what makes you different and who you are here to serve. Because defining that in one single, clear sentence is the first and most important step to not just being seen online, but being truly remembered.